बैक पे बॉल को निकल सकते बाहर और फिर निकल सकते कौन नहीं आते थे
Good evening, beta. Am I audible to everyone? Chalo. Let us firstly revise your work, power, and energy concept better. Then we'll go for the working of this one. Work, power, and energy. Okay. Now, what is the work better? Work is nothing but an energy which has been transferred from one body to another body by means of some force acting on it, isn't it? If I'm talking about your variable forces better, the first foremost formula which you should be knowing is work done will be equal to your work done is equals to, just a minute. Work done is equals to integral of your F into your dr from initial limit of your R1 to your R2. Okay. If force is variable, we'll use the relation of integration W is equals to integral of F into your dr. The same way, if the force is constant, if force is constant, then what is the formula beta? W is equals to F bar dot S bar. As it is a dot product, so this can be written as of your F bar dot displacement is nothing but of your R2 bar minus of your R1 bar. Clear? Or else I can write this one as W is equals to F into S into your cos theta, isn't it? So this is your foremost formula. If force is constant, if force is variable, use the integration. Clear? Like say, if this is a body and you are applying the force on this body in this direction, the displacement of the body is in the front direction. This is making an angle theta. So make a component of this one, F cos theta into S. So in the direction of the displacement, you need to write the force component. Clear for everyone? As it is a dot product beta, theta can be positive, negative, or zero, isn't it? So I can say that work can be, it can be either positive, it can be either negative, or it can also be your zero. If it is positive means theta must be greater than 90 degrees. Negative means theta is right now in between 90 degrees lesser than of your theta, theta in lesser than or equal to your 180 degrees. And 0 for theta is equals to 90 degrees. Okay? Is it clear? 90 lesser than theta, theta lesser than or equal to 180 degrees. Clear? Sure. Next one. Kinetic energy. The body possesses the velocity by the virtue of its motion, isn't it? The energy which is associated with the motion of an object is called as of what? Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is given by the formula half of your m into your v square. It is also written as of your half into m. This is also written as of your v bar dot v bar beta. Like a bar dot a bar you will write now. The same way we can write as kinetic energy is equals to half into m into your v square. Kinetic energy can also be written in terms of momentum beta. Kinetic energy is also equal to your half into m into v square into divided and multiplied by your mass beta. This will become for me your m square v square divided by 2 into your m. M into v is what for me? Momentum. So it is p square divided by 2 into your m, isn't it? Or else momentum p is equals to under root of your 2m into your kinetic energy. So these are the different forms of your kinetic energy beta. Either momentum is equals to under root of 2m into kinetic energy, because momentum is what beta? Product of mass into velocity is known as of your momentum. Done beta. If force is variable, work done is equals to integral of F into dr. If force is constant, W is equals to F dot S, or W is equals to Fs into cos theta. And kinetic energy of the body, the energy possessed by the body by the virtue of its motion is known as kinetic energy, is given by the formula half into m into v square, or it is half into m into v bar dot v bar. Multiply and divide by kinetic energy by your m beta, so you will be getting m square v square divided by 2m. That is equals to p square divided by 2m. So momentum is equals to under root of 2m into your kinetic energy. Clear? Any doubt in this one to anyone? Chalo, very good.
Over here.
Sure. See this problem better. Can anyone try this question? Can anyone try this question better? A uniform force of 3I cap plus j cap Newton acts on a particle of mass 2 kg. Hence, the particle is displaced from the position 2I cap plus k cap meter to the position 4I cap plus 3j cap minus k cap meter. The work done by the force on the particle will be equal to how much? Can anyone do it, beta? Direct question. Force is given for me F bar. F bar is equals to 3I cap plus of your j cap. Acts on a particle of mass. Mass is equals to your 2 kg. Particle displaced from R1 is equals to 2I cap plus of your k cap to your R2. R2 is equals to 4I cap plus of your 3j cap minus of your k cap. Work done is equals to how much is asking. So work done is equals to how much, beta? F bar dot your S bar. So that will be equal to 3I cap plus of your j cap. Displacement vector is nothing but R2 minus R1. No? So it is R2 bar minus of your R1 bar. So that will be equal to 3I cap plus of your j cap. R2 value is how much, beta? 4I cap plus of your 3j cap minus of your k cap minus R1. R1 is equals to 2I cap plus of your k cap. Isn't it? So that will be equal to how much for me? 3I cap plus of your j cap into 4I cap minus 2I cap. So this will become for me how much? 2I cap, 3j cap. This one is minus of k cap. So it is a 3 and here is right now for me j. There is nothing here right now. So it is R1 is right now for me k. So I can write directly that one as of your 3 into your j cap because there is 0 in that one. Then minus to k cap minus minus. That means this will become for me minus of 2k cap. So 3 2 is a 6. I into I is nothing but 1 plus j into j is 1. 3 into 1 is nothing but 3 plus 0. So that will become how much for me? 9 joules. A will be the answer. Okay, chalo, very good. Got it?
No, no,
Second question, Rajan. An explosion breaks a rock into 3 parts in horizontal plane. 2 of them goes off at right angles to each other. The first part of mass 1 kg moves at a speed of 12 meter per second. Second part of a mass moves with 8 meter per second. If the third part flies off with 4 meter per second, then what is the mass of that one? See, explosion is what, beta? Internal collision. That means when no external forces are acting on the system, when no external forces are acting, then momentum is said to be conserved. Then momentum is said to be conserved. I already told you this one in laws of motion. That means initial momentum must be equal to final momentum. So before collision, whatever the momentum is there, total initial momentum must always be equal to constant, or it should be equal to 0. The body is exploding into how many parts, beta? 3 parts. And momentum P1 plus P2 plus P3 must be equal to how much for me? 0. Isn't it? 2 of them are moving right angles to each other. Like say, for example, if the first particle P1 is in this direction, the another one is right now perpendicular to this one. in this direction. This is P2, this is your P1, and third one will be equal to like this. This is your P3. All of them are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, P1 and P2 are moving right angles to each other. So momentum P3 will be equal to, resultant of this two will be somewhere here right now. So that will be equal to your under root of your P1 square plus of your P2 square. Okay, so this can be written as of your M3 into your V3 is equals to under root of your M1 V1 whole square plus of your M2 into your V2 whole square, isn't it? So M3 we don't know, so I'm writing as M3 into, what is the value of V3 beta? See here, an explosion breaks a rock into three parts in an horizontal plane. Two of them will move right angles to each other. The first part of mass M1 moves at a speed of 12, and the second part of mass M2 is equal to 2 kg move with 8. The third part will fly up with velocity V4 under 4 meters. Then what is the mass is asking. So everything is given for me. M1 is given as 1, M2 is given as of your 2, M3 we need to calculate it. Velocity of the first one is 12, velocity of the second one is 8, and velocity of the third one is nothing but equal to 4. So I can write here M1 V1, this everything. So this will be equal to 4, that is equal to under root of, this is 1 into 12 whole square plus 2 into your 8 whole square, isn't it? So this will be under root of your 12 whole square plus 2 8 is 16 whole square. This is your M3 into your 4. So that will be equal to how much? Under root of 12 square plus 16 square will become how much totally? 400. So 400 means this will become for me 20. So M3 into 4 is equals to 20. So M3 is equals to 20 divided by 4. 4 ones are 4 5s are. So it is 5. 5 kg will be the answer. Option B. Very good. Clear? Try this problem at everyone. Anyone better give me the answer? Only one student is giving the answer. Karanya, Dheeraj. The body is being raised to a height of h from the surface of the earth. What is the sign of the work done by applied force and gravitational force, beta? See, this is your earth. When you're lifting the body by external force is in the upward direction. Displacement is also in the upward direction. Angle between them is how much, beta? 0. So work done will become for me how much? F into S into cos of your 0. That will be equal to Fs. That will be positive. Work done by the external or applied force will be positive. Work done by gravitational means gravity. That will be equal to F into S into your cos of your 180. Isn't it? Because gravitational force is in the downward direction. Displacement is in upward direction. Angle between them is 180. So that will be minus of your F into your S. Clear? Yeah. So by applied force, it will be positive, and due to the gravitational force, it will be your negative. Very good. Next one. Which of the following is not a conservative? What do you mean by conservative force, beta? What do you mean by conservative, non-conservative? Conservative means path independent. Path independent is known as conservative. Example, gravity. Gravity is path independent, beta. Path dependent is known as non-conservative. Non-conservative. Example, friction. Okay. So which of the following is not a conservative force? Elastic force, gravitational force, force of friction, and electrostatic force particulation. Force of friction is it is not a conservative force because it is a non-conservative force. Elastic force is a conservative force, gravitational force is a conservative force, elastic force is a conservative force, friction is a non-conservative force. So answer will be equal to your non-conservative force means friction is a non-conservative force. Clear? Sure. Next one. A weightlifter lifts 275 kg barbell from the ground to a height of 2.4 meter. Some bell. How much work he has to done in lifting the barbell, and how much work is required to hold the weight at that height? Barbell ante some weight anukundam nanu. A weightlifter lifts a 275 kg barbell from the ground to a height of 2.4 meter. How much work has he done in lifting the barbell, and how much work is required to hold the weight at that height part of relation? Okay. Work done will be equal to how much, beta? Force, how much you are applying? Lifts at 275 kgs. 275 kg means if I am multiplying with your gravity, force means m into g, na? So W is equals to force into displacement. F will be equal to your mg into displacement is, say for example, S. Mass of the body, if I am taking right now, mass is equals to 275, g value is 10, into displacement is like, say for example, 2.4 meters. So it is 2750 into 2.4 meter into cos 0. Cos 0 is nothing but 1. So it is approximately how much, beta? 2750 into 24. It means 24 divided by 10. 275 into 24 divided by 10. This one gets cancelled. So it is 275 into 24. Approximately. 4 5 is 20. 0 2. 7 20. 25. So it is some around 7,000 joules approximately. Okay. Now, how much force is required to hold? So when he is holding, beta, work done will be 0 because there is no displacement. So it will be your 0 at that time. Isn't it? So nearby answer what I can write is 7,000. Nearby answer is 646C. Because the next one will become 0 because when he is holding the weight, beta, there is no displacement in that one. That is the reason it will be equal to 0 joules. So even without much calculation, I can check the answer in the first option and the third option, because the second and the fourth will be anyhow, it will be not possible, because when he is holding the weight, there is no displacement. So work done by that body will become for me 0. Chalo, next one. A uniform chain of length 2 meter is kept on a table such that the length of 60 centimeter hangs freely from the edge of the table. The total mass of the chain is 4 kg. The work done in pulling the entire chain on the table will be equal to your how much? A uniform chain of length 2 meter. Okay, this is your chain beta. Of length how much? 2 meter. Is kept on a table. Okay, it is kept on a table such that a length of 60 centimeter hangs freely. Okay, 60 centimeters is hanging freely. That means this will be equal to 200 centimeters minus 60 centimeters on the table. The total mass of the chain is, okay, total mass of the chain is 4 kg. The work done in pulling the entire chain on the table will be equal to how much? G value is equals to 10 meter per second square. Work done in pulling it will be equal to how much? Okay. So this is 60 centimeters means 0.6 meters. Okay. You know how to calculate the mass beta? Cutted mass by your original mass is equals to cutted length by your original length. I told you already this one. So it is cutted mass is equals to original mass by original length into your dx is nothing but x which is hanging. So total mass is how much for me? 4. Total length is 2 into x which is hanging is 0.6. Isn't it? So 2 ones are 2 twos are. So it is 2 into your 0.6. How much I am getting better? 2 6 are 12 and 1.2. So this weight of the body or the chain which is hanging is how much for me? 1.2 kg. Isn't it? So for this 1.2 kg, the force will be acting in the downward direction. F is equals to your dm into your g. Dm value is how much for me? 1.2. G value is nothing but 10. So that will be equal to your how much? 12 Newton. So force acting on that one is how much for me? 12 Newton. So work done in pulling the entire chain on the table will be equal to how much? So work done is equals to this force which required. Isn't it? So work done is equals to force into displacement. So work done is equals to force into displacement. Force will be equal to how much for me? 12 into how much displacement you need to move? 0.6 meter. So it is 0.6. So this will be equal to approximately 7.2 joules. That's it. Good question. Option A 12.9 is telling no, 7.2 joules will be the answer. Done. Next one. A body of mass 2 kg is moving under a force as a relation between the displacement x and time t as x is equals to your t cube divided by 3, where x is in meters and t is in seconds. The work done by the body in the first 2 seconds will be equal to how much? Good question. Displacement is given beta for me. X is equals to t cube divided by 3, where x is in meters and t is in seconds. The work done will be equal to how much? X is given as a function of time. So differentiate this one with respect to time beta first. Dx divided by your dt will be equal to your 3 into t square divided by your 3. 3 and 3 will get cancelled. So this will become for me t square. Dx by dt is velocity v. So it is v is equals to t square. So when I'm talking about when t is equals to 2 seconds, velocity will become how much for me? 2 square, that will be equal to 4 meter per second. So work done will be equal to how much? Work done is equals to kinetic energy acquired. So work done is equals to your half into m into your v square. That is equals to half into mass is nothing but 2 into velocity 2. That is nothing but 4 whole square. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 4 into 4, that will be equal to 16 joules. Clear? Chalo. Next one. A body of mass 1 kg begins to move under action of a time dependent force where I and j are unit vectors. What power we are not done till, we'll do it later. The next one is a body is acted upon by a force F is equals to minus of your I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap. Okay. The work done by the force in displacing it from 0, 0, 0 to 0, 0, 4 meter will be equal to how much? Okay. You can calculate it now. Direct question. Force is given for me. F is equals to your minus of your I cap plus 2 into j cap plus 3 into k cap. The work done by the force in displacing from your displacement will be equal to your R final minus of R initial. So R final means this one is your x1 and this one is your x2, this one is your y1, this one is your y2, this one is your z1 and this one will be your z2. Isn't it? X2 minus x1, that means 0 minus 0. 0 minus 0 I cap plus 0 minus 0 j cap plus 4 minus 0 k cap. Isn't it? So that means we'll be getting this one as 4k cap. So displacement will be work done is equals to force into displacement. Force is equals to minus I cap plus 2 j cap plus of your 3 k cap. As it is a dot product, displacement will be equal to 4 k cap. Isn't it? So I into k 0, j into k 0, k into k 1, 3 fours are 12. So that will be equal to 12 joules. Because I dot into I dot is 1. I dot into j dot will be equal to k. I hope you remember this one. I dot into j dot is equals to j dot into k dot into your k dot into your I dot will be equal to your 0. I dot into I dot is equals to j dot into j dot is equals to k dot into k dot will be equal to 1. 12 joules will be the answer. Clear? Chalo, very good. The work done in pulling a body of mass 5 kg along an inclined plane 60 degrees with coefficient of friction 0.2 meters will be equal to how much? Work done in pulling a body of mass 5 kg along an inclined plane. Okay, there is an inclined plane like this. This is making an angle theta and here there is some body. Coefficient of friction here is mu is equals to 0.2. When distance moved is, mass is given for me. Mass is given for me as 5 kg. Inclined plane angle theta is equals to 60 degrees. Coefficient of friction is equals to 0.2. Through a 2 meters distance is equals to 2 meters. What is the work done? Work done is equals to how much? Okay, this is the weight of the body m. So weight of the body m into g acts in the downward direction. So this will be equal to your mg into sine theta in the downward direction. And here this will be your theta. So this will be equal to your mg into cos theta. And this will be the normal reaction n. Work done in pulling a body of mass 5 kg along. So you are pulling it. That means you are applying the force in this direction. So frictional force will be in the opposite direction. So work done will be equal to net force. This is your mg into sine theta plus of your frictional F into displacement. Whatever the displacement you are taking, that is nothing but d. Okay, so F will be equal to how much beta? Mu into n. So work done is equals to your mg into your sine theta plus F is equals to mu, n will be equal to your mg into cos theta into your displacement is nothing but of your d. So work done will be equal to mg will become common into your sine theta plus mu into your cos theta into your displacement d. So work done is equals to, mass is given how much for me the problem better? Mass is given as 5 kg. So it is 5, g value is 10 into sine, what is an angle given right now for me? 60 degrees. So it is sine 60 plus mu value is given how much? Mu value is 0.2. So this one is 0.2 into cos of your 60 into displacement. How much is the displacement? 2 meters into 2. So it is 5 to 10. 5 tens are 50 into. Sine 60 is how much beta? Root 3 by 2. Okay. Plus 0.2. Sine 60 is 1 by 2. The displacement is 2. Okay. So this will be 50 into. This will become how much for me? Root 3 by 2 into 2. So this will be root 3 plus this will be equal to 0.2 because 2 and 2 will get cancelled here right now. So this is approximately 50 into your 1.7 plus 0.2, isn't it? So that will be equal to 50 into 1.7 plus 0.2, 7, 8, 9, 1.9 into 1.9. 1.9 is approximately, I can take it as 2. So it is 50 into 2, isn't it? 5 2 is a 10, that is 100 joules. Near to the 100 joules. 100 joules means, let me check with the answer. 100 joules, nearby answer is 94.66 joules, 94.090. Nearby means I can write 94.68 because I took G value there 10. He is directly taking here 9.8. That is the reason he is getting that answer. So you can do this one by taking G value 9.8 better. You may be getting exactly answer. Okay. Try it by taking G is equals to 9.8. That means this will become for me 49 here. 49 into 1.9. Approximately you'll be getting that answer. I hope you got it. Clear? Sure. Next one. A force F is equals to 7 minus 2x plus 3x square Newton is applied on a 2 kg mass, which displaces it from x is equals to 0 to x is equals to 5 meter. Work done in joules will be equal to how much? Is it a variable force or constant force? Variable force because force is varying as a value of x. So W is equals to integral of your F into your dx. What are the limits for this one? 0 to your 5. So work done is equals to integral of 7 minus 2x plus 3 into your x square into your dx. Limits are from 0 to 5. So work done will be equal to your integral of your 7 into dx minus integral of your 2x into your dx plus integral of your 3 into x square into your dx. Limits are 0 to 5, limits are 0 to 5, limits are 0 to 5. Okay. Okay. Now just integrate it better. In 7 out, integral of dx is nothing but x. Substitute upper limit minus lower limit. 5 minus 0, 5. 2 out, integral of x into dx is x square by 2. Isn't it? So what is the formula I'll be using integration? Integral of x to the power of n into dx is equals to your x n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay. Just do this integration right now. There will get the answer for you. Clear? Now see, integral of your 7 into dx is how much beta? 7 out, integral of dx. Limit are 0 to your 5. That is equals to 7. Integral of dx is x. Upper limit minus lower limit 5 minus 0. 7 5 is how much? In the same way, integral of your 2x into dx. That means 2 is out, integral of your x into dx. Limit is again 0 to 5. So that will be equal to 2. Integral of x into dx is how much beta? X square divided by 2. Limit are 0 to 5. This one will get cancelled. So it is 5 square minus 0 square. 5 5 is 25. So this will be equal to your 25. Okay, so this one is how much here? 25. So this value is equals to 25. The next one is integration of 3x square into dx. Integral of your 3x square into dx. So 3 is constant. Bring out integral of your x square into dx beta. Limits are 0 to 5. Again same formula. 3. This is your x Integral of your x square is how much for me here? So this formula I have written here, you see, integral x n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, isn't it? So that will be equal to your x 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1. That means this will be equal to your 3 into your x power 3 divided by 3. 3 will get cancelled. X cube limits are 0 to 5. So that will be equal to 5 cube minus of your 0. Clear? So now what will be the answer totally work done? So work done will be equal to your first one is how much for me, how much I got right now here? Integral of your 7 into 5, 35. So this one is your 35. So this one will be your 35. This one is the 8 now for me, plus or minus? This is minus 25 plus. Clear? Yeah. Anyone is giving me the answer? Option D. 5 cube is how much, beta? $125. 35 minus 25, 10. 10 plus this one, that will be equal to your 135. 135 joules will be the answer. Clear? Yeah, D option will be the answer. Next one. Two springs P and Q have the spring constants Kp and Kq such that Kp is greater than Kq. They are stretched first by the same amount, then by the same force. What the work done by the spring Wp and Wq are related as in case A and case B respectively dash. What is spring formula, beta? What is spring formula, beta? Work done by the spring formula. W is equals to half into K into your x square. K is your spring constant and x is your extension. I told you already this one in the laws of motion, isn't it? So see here, in the case number A, they are stretched first by the same amount. That means x is same. When x is same, W is equals to your half into K into your x square. Work done by P will be greater than work done by your Q because spring constant of P is greater than the spring constant of your Q. Okay. Now in case number 2, second case, the work done by the spring, if they are stretched first by the same amount and then by the same force is telling. Write the work done in terms of force, beta. W is equals to your F square divided by 2 into K. So work done by your Q will be greater than the work done by your P. Same reason again, because Kp is greater than of your Kq. Inversely proportional. That is the reason. I hope you got how I got this value of F square here right now, beta. Because F is equals to K into your X, na? So work done is equals to your half into K into your X square. So it is equals to your half into K into X value will be equal to F square by your X square, isn't it? K is equals to your X is equals to your F by your K square. So this K and this square will get cancelled. So it is F square divided by 2K. Then, so what will be the answer? Work done by the P will be greater than the work done by your Q. First option, second option. Next one. A cord is used to lower vertically a block of mass capital M, a distance d at a downward acceleration of g by 4. The work done by the cord on the block will be equal to how much? See, work done is used in lowering the block by a distance of d. with a constant downward acceleration of g by 4. See, as the cord is trying to hold the motion, work done by the cord will be always be what? Negative. So work done will be equal to your minus of your m into your g minus a, as it is moving the downward direction. So this one is minus of your m into g minus acceleration is your g by 4 into displacement is nothing but d, isn't it? So that will be equal to your how much? Minus of your 3 by 4. So this will be 3mg into d divided by 4. This will be the answer. Done? Option C. Very good. Next one. A spring of spring constant, that means K. K value is 5 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per meter. Is stretched initially by x1 is equals to 5 centimeter under the stretched position. Then the work required to stretch it further by, that means x2 is equals to 5 centimeter. Work done will be equal to your how much? So work done formula, W is equals to your half into K into your x2 square minus of your x1 square. So that is equals to your half into K value is 5 into 10 to the power of 3 into your x2. X2 value is nothing but further means how much distance it will become better. X2 will be equal to your x2 dash will be equal to your x2 plus of your x1. That is 5 centimeter plus 5 centimeter. That will be equal to your 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter means 0.1. 0.1 whole square minus 0.05 whole square. 5 centimeter. No? Then so this one will be 5 by 2 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by, this one is 0.1 is 1 by 10. 1 by 10 means 1 by 100 minus 5. 5 is 25 is 5 by over 100. So it is 0 0.05 into 0.05. So if I take the multiplication of the power there, I will be getting this one as 5000 divided by your 2 into 5 is 25. See how much I'm getting this one, beta. 0.01 whole square minus 0.05 whole square. Option A, 12 point వస్తుందా? See the calculation, beta. Anyone? Do it, beta. Work done to stretch it by another 5 centimeters means total distance will be 10 centimeters, beta. X2. X1 will be the 5 centimeters. Option D you are getting. Is that correct? No, I need to check it out. See how much you are getting the calculation. 0.1 whole square minus 0.05 whole square. Five into 1000, so it is 5000 divided by 2 into 0.01 minus 0.0025 is 0.0075 beta. Okay, that, so this will be 5000 into 0.0075 divided by 2 is approximately 0.00375. So this is coming out for me 18.75 Newton meter. That means the second option will be the answer. Zero point 0.075. Then sure. Next one. A particle of mass 10 gram moves along a circle of radius 6.4 centimeter with a constant tangential acceleration. What is the magnitude of the acceleration if the kinetic energy of the particle becomes equal to 8 into 10 to the power of minus 4 by the end of the second revolution after the beginning of the motion? A particle of mass 10 gram is moving along a circle. Okay, the particle is moving along a circle of radius r is equals to 6.4 centimeter with a constant tangential acceleration. What is the magnitude of this acceleration if kinetic energy of the particle becomes equal to, kinetic energy of the particle is 8 into 10 to the power of minus 4 by the end of the second revolution. For one revolution it is 2 pi r. Second revolution means 2 pi r plus 2 pi r. That will be 4 pi into r from the beginning of its motion. Mass of the particle is given for me. Mass is given for me 10 gram. That means in kgs, if I'm taking 10 divided by your 1000 kg. Radius of the circle is given. Kinetic energy of the particle is also given for me. What is asking is what is the magnitude of the acceleration? Okay. So I can calculate the velocity from this one better. Kinetic energy of the particle will be equal to your half into m into your v square. So this one is your kinetic energy is how much for me beta? 8 into 10 to the power of minus 4. 8 into 10 to the power of minus 4. That is equals to half into mass value is equals to your 10 divided by your 1000. Isn't it? Into velocity v square. This one is gone. 8 into 2 power So simplifying this one, will be getting V square is equals to 2 8 is 16, 16 into 10 to the power of minus 2. So V value will be equal to 4 into 10 to the power of minus 1, and V will be equal to 0.4 meter per second. 0.4 meter per second. Okay. Now we need the tangential acceleration beta. Use the kinematic equation of V square minus U square is equals to V square minus U square is equals to 2A into your S. So finally is nothing but 0.4 whole square starting from the rest. So it is minus of 0 square is equals to 2 tangential acceleration. Displacement will be equal to 4 pi into your R. At the end of second revolution is asking me. So this one is 0.4 whole square is equals to 2 into tangential acceleration into 4 into 22 by 7 into radius is 6.4 centimeters. 6.4 centimeters means in meters, if I am taking divided by 100. So simplify it, we'll get the tangential acceleration for this. Yeah, 0.1. Next one. A spring of a force constant 800 Newton per meter has an extension of 5 centimeter. The work done in extending it from 5 centimeter to 15 centimeters will be equal to how much? Direct formula again. Work done is equals to integral of your F into your dx. Limits are from your x1 to your x2. So W is equals to integral F is equals to K into your x into your dx. What are the limits for that one? It has an extension of 0.5 centimeter to 15 centimeter. 5 centimeter means 0.05 to 0.15. Okay. So work done will be equal to integral K value is your 800 into your x into your dx. Limits are 0.05 to your 0.15. So 800 is right now out. Integral of x into dx is nothing but x square divided by 2. Limits are 0.05 to your 0.15. So it is your 800 divided by 2 into your upper limit minus lower limit 0.15 whole square minus 0.05 whole square. Okay. So that will be equal to how much? 2 1s are 2 4s are. Isn't it? So simplify it, we'll be getting the answer for this one. So this one is 400 into 0.15 whole square minus 0.05 whole square. 0.15 whole square minus 0.05 whole square. Okay. So you just simplify it, we'll get the answer for this one. See how much I'm getting there. Approximately 8 joules. Okay. So this was just introduction of your work beta. We'll try to go for the application of work energy theorem in the tomorrow session of your class. Okay. Bye.